So now that we've looked at 6 reasons why you might be finding it difficult to get to sleep, let's have a look at what you can actually do about it. So let's have a look at 5 things that you could try to actually improve your sleep and to get to sleep a bit faster. So firstly, you could try calming your nervous system before you go to bed. So helping your nervous system to shift into a rest and digest parasympathetic state. And I'm just going to give you a little practice to do right now to show you how to do that. So find yourself a chair. We're going to sit in the chair with our back against the chair so that we're nice and supported and our feet flat on the ground. And you're just going to place one hand on your tummy and one hand on your chest. And I'd just like you to inhale through your nose for a count of 4, inhaling, 2, 3, 4, and exhale through your nose for 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then when you inhale, I'd like you to try to inhale so that the lower hand is raising rather than the upper hand. We're trying to make the breaths nice and deep rather than shallow. So inhaling, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you can just keep this going, inhaling for 4, exhaling for 7. Make sure you're doing it through the nose and not through the mouth. And you could also, if you want to, just build in a lovely little body scan with that. So as you're inhaling, you might want to just think about, so when you first start the first inhale, inhaling, focus attention on my head. Notice if there's any muscles in my head or my face that feel tight. And as I exhale, I'm just going to imagine those muscles softening. So maybe my brow feels a bit tight, my cheeks are tight. Be really attentive around the jaw. Are you clenching your jaw? So that's the first thing we're going to do, is try and shift the nervous system into parasympathetic state with that breath work, and if you would like, the small body scan. The second thing we're going to look at is the environment you're actually sleeping in. So let's have a little check around your bedroom and just see what it looks like. So what we want to do is we want to be dimming light 30 to 60 minutes before we go to bed, and that includes cutting the use of screens, because blue light will inhibit the production of melatonin, which is our sleep hormone. So we don't want to be using any phone screens. That's going to stimulate us, start to release hormones that we don't want released and keep us awake. And also we want the bedroom environment to be nice and dark, dim, to give that signal to the body that it's time to sleep. And then the third thing I'd like you to do is to set a bedtime and to stick to it. So no getting stuck into, what's it called? Married at First Sight, Australia, and being like, whoa, I can't turn this off. So we're going to stick to our bedtime routine. Set yourself something you know that you can stick to. So a reasonable time, like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. It has to be before midnight, because if you go to bed after midnight, your body does not go through the full range of sleep cycles. So you want your body to go through the whole sleep cycle 4 or 5 times. And if you go after midnight, your body won't do that. So we want to go before midnight and we want to go at a regular time. So set that time for yourself. Just think about what that is now and start to stick to that, so your body gets into that routine of going at the same time. And then the fifth thing, the last thing that we're going to do, is to just help you a little bit with those racing thoughts. So if you lie down in bed and the brain starts going absolutely bonkers, the first thing is we're going to try going back to that breath technique that I showed you first. So the inhale 4, exhale 7. And seeing if on the exhale we can think, I'm just going to let go of that thought. So we might want to just say to ourselves, thinking, we don't want to beat ourselves up, thinking's normal, but the thing we're not going to do is we're not going to engage with that thought, and we're not going to go to the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 20th thought down that route, because the more we engage with it, the more energy we give. So we're just going to say thinking, and then as we exhale, see if we can let go of that thought. If that isn't working for you, keep a pen and paper next to the bed and just gently lean over and write down the thought, whatever it might be, and just say to yourself, I can come back to that in the morning. I don't need to worry about that now. Just turn the paper over so it's not facing upwards, and then go back to the breathing technique. So there's 5 techniques for you to help you to get to sleep sooner and quicker so that you can fall asleep faster.